After an intense and heated argument, have you ever found yourself lying in bed at night, constantly replaying the moment in your mind? Have you ever told yourself, if only I had said that. How did I not think of it earlier? We all have those moments. We all know that what we are saying is right, yet we just can't seem to express ourselves correctly. So, what are some effective ways to persuade people without creating enemies or causing damage to our relationships? As a solution, we'll present the answer in this video. In order to increase your life awareness and enhance your quality of life. And for more content like this, please subscribe to our channel and enable notifications. Now that we've done that, let's proceed deep into each other's minds and uncover the secrets of the effective art of argumentation. Part 1. Why arguments can turn into war, ego, and power plays. According to Sigmund Freud, the ego is our self-defense mechanism that we use to battle our inner conflicts. As long as someone opposes our idea, our ego finds it not only an attack on the idea itself, but also a direct assault on our personality. Alfred Adler sees this as a personal attempt to overcome and confront the issue of an inferiority complex. And, of course, Friedrich Nietzsche contributed significantly to this with his famous concept of the will to power. In essence, when we argue, it's not only about clashing different ideas, but it also entails battling with the ego, confronting our self-esteem issues, and the will to power. This is the reason why the situation escalates so dramatically, and a mere disagreement transforms into an unstoppable power struggle. As detailed in Robert Greene's best-selling book, The 48 Laws of Power, Part 2, The Paradigm Shift. Observe, understand, be patient to win so. How do we overcome this intense psychological conflict? The answer lies in a complete shift of perspective. Your objective should not be to win the argument at any cost, but rather to comprehend and effectively persuade the other person. We must learn from Robert Greene's book, Mastery. In his work, Greene emphasizes the significance of a period of extended observation and patience before taking on a challenge. A traditional apprentice never directly criticizes their master while learning from them. Instead, they remain silent, focusing on observing the thought process and motivations of their teacher. In a conflict, visualize the other person as their teacher, and observe their argumentative approaches, words, and emotional triggers with the patient approach of an apprentice. Your ultimate goal is not to immediately launch a counterattack, but instead to comprehend and decipher their mental model. Being understanding is the ultimate source of power. Part 3. The Laws of Power. 5 strategic moves in argumentation. We've understood the right mindset. Now, let's explore 5 strategic moves, enriched with examples from history and modern life. First, the foundation. Law 9. Win through your actions. Never through argument. Words can be misinterpreted. Actions are undeniable proof. The historical example. Think of Galileo Galilei. He could have argued endlessly with the church about the heliocentric model. Instead, he built a better telescope and told people, see for yourself. His action demonstrating the moons of Jupiter was infinitely more powerful than any verbal debate. He showed, he didn't just tell. The modern dialogue. Imagine a teen meeting. Person A says, I think our social media strategy is all wrong. It's not working. Person B, the strategist, says, instead of debating this for an hour, let me try a small, 1-week campaign with my proposed method. I'll use a tiny budget. The results will speak for themselves. 1 week later, the results do the arguing for them. Second, the steel man technique. Don't attack a weak version of your opponent's argument. Instead, build the strongest, most intelligent version of it, and then dismantle that. The historical example. Abraham Lincoln was a master of this in his legal and political debates. He would often begin by restating his opponent's argument so clearly and persuasively that some onlookers thought he had switched sides. Only after demonstrating he fully understood their position would he begin to expose its flaws. This gained him respect and made his counter-argument devastatingly effective. The modern dialogue. Person A: I don't think we should go to that restaurant. It's too expensive. Person B, the strategist: so what you're saying is, you're concerned about our budget for the month, and you want to make sure we have a great time without feeling stressed about money afterward. That's a really smart point. What if we looked at their lunch menu? It's cheaper, and we could still experience the great food you mentioned. Third, the master-apprentice dynamic. Law 1. Never outshine the master. When dealing with a superior, make your ideas seem like an extension of their own wisdom. The historical example. In the courts of powerful kings like Louis XIV, a clever courtier would never say, "Your Majesty, your plan is flawed." Instead, they would say, "Your Majesty, your brilliant strategy to secure the border inspired me. I was wondering if a small adjustment, based on your initial idea, might make it even more glorious." The idea is planted, but the credit goes to the king. The modern dialogue. Employee to boss. That insight you shared in the meeting last week about focusing on customer retention got me thinking. I drafted a small proposal that builds directly on your point. I think it could help us achieve that goal you set. Fourth, ask questions like Socrates. Law 3. Conceal your intentions. Lead people to your conclusion, but let them feel they got there on their own. The historical example. Socrates himself. He never lectured. When a man claimed to know what justice was, Socrates wouldn't say, "You're wrong." He would simply ask a series of questions. Would a just man lie? Would he steal? What if he lied to save a friend? Through this gentle questioning, the man would deconstruct his own flawed definition without ever feeling attacked. The modern dialogue. A parent to a teenager. Parent: instead of me telling you to study more, let's just think about this. What grade do you want in this class? Asking questions like, what are your aspirations? And what grade do you think you're good enough for? Serves no useful purpose other than providing a foundation for open communication. The dialogue between a parent and a teenager is much more than a series of instructions. Instead, let the teenager make their own choices, feel responsible for their actions, and explore the various available paths towards their goals. By doing this, you will allow the teenager to discover what truly suits them, making the educational experience more effective and enjoyable. By fostering a parent-child relationship based on understanding and respect for one another, you will encourage a sense of trust and support, which serves as the cornerstone for overcoming any challenges that arise. Fifth, the art of withdrawal. Law 22. Use the surrender tactic. Sometimes, the most powerful move is not to engage in battle or fight, but rather to retreat with finesse. Lose the small battle to win the larger war. The historical example under discussion is General Sam Houston's tactics during the Texas Revolution. Houston was widely criticized for the constant retreats he made from the far more substantial Mexican army. His troops, tired of losing, felt powerless to do much. However, Houston was adept at leading his troops deeper into Texas, drawing the enemy further into his territory, stretching their supply lines, and making them overconfident. It was in this moment that Houston turned and faced the decisive Battle of San Jacinto, ultimately winning Texas independence from Mexico in just 18 minutes. His tactical surrender was indeed a strategy employed to preserve and expand Texas independence. Today's contemporary dialogue describes a couple planning a vacation. Person A, expressing her desire to travel to the mountains. Person B, the strategic thinker, listens attentively to Person A's passion for the mountains. They decide to take the scenic trails. Considering Person A's preferences, Person A enthusiastically states, I absolutely must go to the mountains. Person B, a strategic thinker, responds, you know what? You're right. Your passion for the mountains is quite evident. Let's do the mountains. Since you're considering your top choice for restaurants, could you be open to me choosing most of them? Person B surrenders in the location. Battle to successfully gain control over another part of the vacation they're planning together, leaving Person A in charge of the other aspects of their vacation plans, including the selection of dining options. Part 4. The traps to avoid. 3 destructive logical fallacies. Knowing what to do is half the battle. Knowing what not to do is the other half. When emotions run high, our brains fall into traps. Here are 3 common fallacies that destroy any chance of a productive argument. First, the ad hominem attack. This is Latin for to the person. It's what happens when you can't defeat the argument, so you attack the person making it. For example, why should we listen to his ideas about business? He's divorced and can't even manage his own life. The person's personal life is irrelevant to the quality of their business plan. It's a sign of desperation. Second, the straw man argument. This is when you misrepresent or exaggerate your opponent's argument to make it easier to attack. Imagine this dialogue. Person A, I think we should reduce our reliance on plastic water bottles. Person B, oh, so you want to ban all plastic and send us back to the Stone Age? That's ridiculous. Person A never said that. Person B built a straw man, an easy target, and set it on fire, completely ignoring the real reasonable argument. Third, the slippery slope fallacy. This is the fallacy of panic. It argues that one small, minor step will inevitably lead to a catastrophic chain of events. For instance, if we let the employees work from home 1 day a week, soon they'll want to work from home all week. Nobody will ever come to the office, and the company will collapse. This ignores the possibility of moderation and balance, and jumps straight to the worst-case scenario. When you hear someone use one of these tactics, you know they are no longer arguing logically. They are fighting from a place of ego and emotion. Part 5. The strategist in action. A modern example, if you have an interest in witnessing these principles in action. Be sure to pay close attention to the character portrayed by Michael Spector in the TV series Suits. At the heart of the show, Harvey Specter maintains an almost unparalleled level of emotional control. He is the singular emotional thermostat, guiding the room and maintaining a steady, rational tone. Never does Harvey enter a negotiation without having made a thorough preparation. And perhaps most significantly for the show's protagonist, the ultimate goal remains the securing of a winning case, not the pursuit of a prolonged and emotionally charged argument. Harvey's approach to negotiation is more akin to the strategic moves of a master chess player than the heated exchanges found in many other legal dramas. He embraces calculated risks, making the surrender tactic a staple of his repertoire. By acknowledging a minor point loss, he allows his opponent to regain composure before launching a counterattack. And in doing so, he expertly checkmates them a total of 3 moves later. In essence, Harvey embodies the very essence of a calculated chess grandmaster, mastering each move with precision and grace. Part 6. Conclusion. The true meaning of victory. As you can see, winning an argument is not about crushing your opponent with an overwhelming force. This is a game that most amateurs play. It is actually the opposite of true victory. Instead, true victory involves observing carefully, understanding strategically, building bridges of mutual respect, and ultimately guiding the other person towards your conclusion with grace and serenity. This is the most refined and meaningful form of power. Now, when you lie in bed at night, you will not only find comfort there, but also learn the art of thinking like a strategic expert, analyzing the mind of others like a psychologist, and acting like a master, all at the same time. Thank you for taking the time to join me on this unique journey. For more content to enhance your life awareness and strategic thinking skills, feel free to subscribe to our channel, like this video if you found it valuable, and check out all the videos available on this platform as well. We are committed to providing you with insightful and engaging content that empowers you to grow, develop, and consistently stay ahead in various aspects of life. So don't forget to subscribe to our channel and follow our page so you never miss a single video that helps you unlock your true potential. Remember to like this video if you found it useful and let us know what other valuable content you would like to see in our future videos. Until next time, stay one move ahead.